Our second lesson is on circular arcs and finding measures of arcs and congruent arcs. The measure of a minor arc is the measure of its central angle. The measure of the entire circle is 360 degrees. To find the measure of a missing arc piece, you can subtract from either a full circle 360 or a half circle at 180. If you want to find a major arc or two adjacent arcs, add them together. If two arcs are the same measure, then the angles will be the same measure. We know this because we have vertical angles, which are the same, which makes the arcs congruent or the same. If two circles are congruent, then they're going to have the same radii. And all circles are similar. Our first example is finding the measure of each arc. AB is a diameter of the circle. So arc AD is the same as its angle, 65 degrees. Arc DAB is going to be 180 degrees plus 65. Our total is 245 degrees. Arc BDA is going to be a half a circle, so that's 180 degrees. The piece that was left, if we know we didn't need to use it, was 115 degrees. In our next example, we'll find the measure again of each arc. We can assume that this is a 90-degree angle, so this one next to it would also have to be a 90-degree angle. Our other angle that's left in the circle then would have to equal 145 degrees. So now we can answer our questions. Arc S to Q is going to be 90 plus 35, which is 125 degrees. Arc RPQ, R to P to Q, which is most of the circle except the 90 degrees, so 360 minus the 90, so 270 degrees. And then our third one, PRS, PRS is this much of the circle, so we can take 360 minus the 145, or you can simply add the other pieces together, and our total there is 215 degrees. Our next example is looking at a circle graph. We're finding the indicated arc measures. So we're looking at the measures of each of the degree measures of the pieces of the arcs. Each one of those should have a total of a circle, 360 degrees in the circle. So if we find each of the measures, measure of arc ABC is 120 plus 82, which is a total of 202 degrees. ACB, A and then C and then B in that order, is going to be either 360 minus 120 or adding all the other ones together. So that will equal 240 degrees. Arc BD, so B to D is 82 plus 13, so that would be 95 degrees. And then arc CBD, C then B then D in that order around the circle, CBD would be everything except the 13 degrees. So 360 minus 13, which is going to equal 347 degrees. We're identifying if the red arcs are congruent. So for a central angle, the central angle is always equal to the measure of the arc. So this one would have to be a yes. And our second one, we're figuring out the other measure. So if we take 180 degrees minus the 65 minus the 50 degrees, we're left with a total of 65 degrees. So that would be a yes. And then the last one, we have a 90-degree angle. So this is 90, same as the angle. If this is 90, the one next to it we know is also 90, so this is also 90. So that's also a yes. That's it for our lesson today.